Welcome in, everyone, to another episode of Fast Money here on For Frequency's Sake. I am Rod Villagomez, back with another exciting race weekend. There is not only Truck Series action going on in NASCAR, but there is Xfinity and Cup and IndyCar. They're all going to be in the same spot in Indianapolis or the surrounding areas, as the trucks are, to race some exciting racing going on this weekend. The two Xfinity and Cup Series both going to be on the road course, as will the IndyCar as well. And then, of course, the trucks taking the short track over on the Indianapolis Raceway Park, sort of off the beaten track, but everybody's still in the Indiana area to race this weekend. Again, a lot of fun to be had. Once again, the books decided they wanted to pull some good odds from us as far as Indy is concerned after qualifying, trucks after qualifying. That's fine. I still have two fantastic parlays for you on this Parlay Party Friday that we have grown accustomed to. And these ones are going to be a lot of fun because it's going to have you cheering for some pretty good drivers in each of these races. So let's begin. And we're going to start with the Xfinity race and the Cup race together, because we are taking the same driver that will be running in both of them. That's AJ Allmendinger. He will be driving in the Xfinity Series to try to win himself a road race, and then turning around and trying to do the same in the Cup. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and take him to win the Xfinity race. We have a feeling that that's going to happen. He is one of the, if not the most prolific road course racers in the entirety of the Xfinity history. If I even wanted to just read his accolades on these tracks altogether, AJ Allmendinger is, again, amongst the absolute dominant forces in short tracks. He has started, or road courses rather, 27 road course race starts in the Xfinity Series, 24 top 10s. He's only finished outside of the top 10 3 times in his Xfinity career, 22 top 5s. He's only finished outside of the top 5 in 5 of his Xfinity races, and 11 total wins. The active leader in the Xfinity Series in wins on a road course. So taking him to win this race, he's plus 130, far and away the favorite to win this race in the Xfinity Series. And again, for good reason. On this track that he's driven 3 times, he has a 4th place finish, a 2nd place finish, and he won last season on this track after starting on the pole. AJ Allmendinger is a monster. Now, unfortunately, he did not have the type of season that he wanted so far on road races. He did start in Austin. He did win. That was a fantastic one for him. Elkhart Lake, he came back around and started on the pole. Did not have a very good race there. Finished 9th. In Sonoma, a 2nd place finish. So he didn't win in 2 out of the 4 road courses that he's been on, or 2 of the 3 road courses rather that he's been on. But he is a dominant force, and he is pissed off that he did not get that win last time over there at Elkhart Lake at Road America. So he is going to be charging forward for this win. So give me AJ to win the Xfinity race, and then all we're asking for him to do is a top 5 in the Cup Series. He's at plus 200 for a Cup Series top 5, and this is doable for AJ. He does have a win on this road course in the Cup Series that came in 2021, and that was a hell of a race for him to win. Last season, didn't have the type of game that he wanted. He was in absolute shambles. His cold suit stopped working. He was driving a better part of that race, just boiling hot. Still managed a 7th place finish after starting 20th. He actually even led 3 laps in that whole thing. So boiling hot, just could not really concentrate on what he was doing. Still managed a 7th place finish. I think if all things are equal, if AJ is running his race this time around, a top 5 finish for him is not out of the realm of possibilities. Taking a look back at some of what he's done so far. Had a terrible day in Austin, finished 34th, but came back and bounced back in Sonoma for a 6th place finish. Again, not a top 5, but that Sonoma race was a little squirrely. There's no caution breaks as far as pit stops are involved, so there's a lot of strategy calls to put some cars up front that weren't normally there. So you expect him to be around the front. So I really do, again, fully believe that a top 5 finish for AJ Allmendinger is not out of the question. That alone is at plus 220. You put the two together, that's going to give you almost 6-1 at plus 590. So the first parlay, AJ to win the Xfinity race over there on the Indy Road Course, and for him to turn around on Sunday and get a top 5 in the Cup race. Again, separately, they're not as powerful as they are together. So put them together, you get plus 590 for the parlay. All right, let's turn our attention to a couple more top 5 markets, because that's where I think we're going to have a lot of fun. And trying to pick an outright on some of these, we kind of get where we know, and parlaying outrights is frustrating because there's no wiggle room. You either win or you don't. So parlaying top 5s is the way to go, because it's a lot more fun, and it's a little bit more easier to get this one cash than it is if you're trying to parlay winners. So let us take Chris Buescher as a top 5 car in the Cup Series. Chris Buescher, obviously the winner of the last 2 races in NASCAR in general. So he's riding a very hot hand right now. We're not asking him to get a win on a road course, although, I mean, right now he probably is hot enough to do it, but we don't really necessarily want him to get there. We just want him to get at least a top 5 finish. If you're looking back at his track history on this, it probably doesn't give you the most warm and fuzzies. But he does have a 12th place finish here and a 10th place finish. And let's just go on to say that Chris Buescher was in a Jack Roush car the last couple times. He was in the 17 car, obviously, right? And that 17 car is fine and all. But now RFK is really the powerhouse that it should be at this point. They're picking up steam. Obviously, 2 wins in a row for Chris Buescher. He's really feeling good about that. And you go back to Sonoma, you got a 4th place finish there, right? So this is escalating toward another Chris Buescher good finish. 8th place at Austin as well. So another solid finish on a road course. Again, Chris Buescher, opportunity to get a top 5 is high, which is why he's at plus 275 to get there. So we'll take that Chris Buescher as a top 5 car there. And then we're going to turn around to the Xfinity Series and add a top 5 in that. Sam Mayer to get a top 5 in the Xfinity road course race. Sam Mayer, the winner of the last road course that the Xfinity Series ran over there at Road America. He actually powered through and muscled through, put himself where he needed to be at the end of that chaotic end of the race. Beat AJ Allmendinger, which, again, AJ Allmendinger kind of beat himself, but Sam Mayer finished this race. Sam Mayer finished it in 1st place, started 5th in that race. He's riding a streak of 3 top 5 finishes across 3 vastly different tracks. If we look at Pocono, he finished 2nd. Pocono, the Tricky Triangle, as we know. Elkhart Lake was a road course. He won that one. Michigan, an expansive 2-mile track. He finished 5th in that race as well. So again, very, very possible for him to do it. Sonoma, he started 6th, finished 10th, so we can't necessarily put too much on that one. Portland, though, a 3rd place finish there. So a good run at Portland. It was a top 5 for him. A 7th place finish at Austin, but Austin was a little bit crazy as well for the Xfinity race. So we'll give him a couple of place cushion. He did start 14th and charge his way up to a 7th place finish. So for Sam Mayer to get that done, like I said, riding a little bit of momentum, having won the last road course that they've been on, and really just feeling good about this team overall. We're going to give him the opportunity just to have to get into the top 5. That's all, at plus 275. You'll notice both are at plus 275 for Buescher to get a top 5, for Mayer to get a top 5. What did I say? They're more powerful together. Put them together, you're going to get plus 1306. So just over 13-1 for a Chris Buescher top 5, which again, highly possible what he's been going on lately, and Sam Mayer top 5 at plus 275. Add the 2 together, you're going to get 1306 plus side, plus money. You love to hear it. So yeah, definitely a lot of good stuff out there to pay attention to. So cheer for AJ Allmendinger to win the Xfinity race and for him to at least get a top 5 out there as well. And then cheer for Chris Buescher to get inside the top 5 in the Cup race, and for Sam Mayer to get inside the top 5 of the Xfinity race. Again, for AJ to win and finish top 5, that's plus 590 together on Caesars. And then, of course, for Buescher and Mayer to get both top 5s, that's plus 1306 over on Caesars. Close the book on this parlay party. Turn off the lights. Go get your card set and ready to go for another exciting weekend of racing. Enjoy tonight's truck race. It is Friday night, and if you missed it already, sorry, but you still got plenty of opportunities to catch the Xfinity race. You got the IndyCar race, which is happening on Saturday as well. And then, of course, the Cup race to close out the weekend. So, all right, we'll be back next Friday with more fast money. Put those parlays together, have some fun, and hey, what's the frequency, huh?